Cause I've been blessed up now. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, y'all. We're gonna get started in a minute. What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. I've been blessed up. I've been broke down. Gotta catch up. Gotta shine now. I can't slow down. Gotta catch up. Gotta shine now. Cause I've been blessed up. I've been broke down. Gotta shine now. Running faster. I can't slow down. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Good evening. Come on in, y'all. What is up? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wound Care Wednesday. Right? Turn this down a little bit. What is up, y'all? Welcome to Wound Care Wednesday. My name is Shelby. I am the Healing Empress. Okay, so disclaimer before we get started, y'all. All right, I'm here to be myself, and I welcome you guys to do the same. All right, I might stumble over my words. I might stutter. I might not know how to pronounce something. I might lose my train of thought in the middle of me speaking. Okay, if you are here to judge people, baby, this ain't jury duty, so this ain't your channel. And again, I do talk about God a lot because I cannot talk about this journey without talking about God, but y'all, I be cussing, okay? I be cussing, so if that shit gonna offend you, then yeah, you might want to head out too, because this ain't your channel, baby. This ain't your channel. What's up, y'all? How are you guys doing today? How y'all doing? How has y'all week been? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you guys so much. What's up, Twan? How y'all doing today? How has y'all week been? How y'all week been? I think I've had a pretty good week, but these last few days, my energy been kind of like weird, like kind of like up and down and kind of like, what the fuck is going on? But, and y'all know I'm a spiritual girly, whatever. So I don't know if you guys are into, like the moon phases and different things like that. And, right now, Mercury went retrograde on the 25th, like 2 days ago. So maybe you have been experiencing some weird feelings, like not knowing like where this weird energy coming from, or maybe, you've been experiencing some delays in communication or delays in travel plans, technical difficulties. Okay, those are some things that usually people say that they experience during this like Mercury retrograde. Okay, and also it's a good time to reflect about the past sometimes. I mean, not saying that you have to, but a lot of times around this time, like naturally the past may come up, or past situations, people might be trying to spin that block on you. So if you got a couple of exes hitting you up, it's Mercury retrograde, they probably hitting your ass up trying to get that old thing back. Are you going back or no? Because I ain't going back. But nah, yeah, so this is a time, like they say, a lot of times maybe old situations might be coming back up for you to process, for you to maybe reassess, or maybe you need some closure, or maybe somebody else that is reaching out to you needs some closure or something like that. Okay, so those are some type of things. I don't know if you guys have been experiencing any of that, but that's some common things people experience during this Mercury retrograde. So excuse me, today, I was sitting outside, enjoying the nice little breeze and just meditating. And I started thinking back about like these past 5 years. I feel like I've kind of been in this cycle unknowingly, like in these past 5 years, like since 2019. I feel like I've been in this cycle, and I feel like I finally have come to the completion of that cycle. And um so I was just reflecting on lessons that I've learned these last 5 years, and like where I was then and where I am now. And I wrote a couple of things down, y'all. Okay, so starting back from 2019, y'all. Starting back from 2019 is when I officially started to do travel nursing. Okay, I started travel nursing in 2019. So when I moved from home, that was my first time being away from home, like so far away from family, like living completely on my own, nobody around. And in 2019, that's when I really started to learn who I was as a woman. Who is Shelby outside of my family, outside of my friends? Like, I learned that I could actually stand on my own 2 feet alone. Like, I didn't need to depend on anybody. That there's nothing wrong with, having that support, but that I was able to stand on my own 2 feet by myself, and just be in a whole new environment and not know anybody, but still be able to create so many different experiences for myself. I was, beginning to learn myself more, like more than I had ever had to do before, because, when you're in your comfort zone, you don't have to, a lot of times, you kind of just going through the motions, and you don't really have to stop and reflect all the time. And even though we should, but sometimes just in that comfort zone, you're just in that comfort zone, and there's nothing forcing you to change, nothing forcing you to look outside of what is going on right now. So during that time, I was kind of, well, not forced, but I was like, you know what, I'm here by myself. I'm not about to be just stuck in the house because I don't know nobody in this new city. I'm an explorer. And I started getting more comfortable with myself, learning and just learning. I'm like, damn, I'm good company. I enjoy myself. I enjoy my own company. And that's when I really had to start getting comfortable with being by myself sometimes and doing things solo, because I ain't have nobody. So that was kind of like the start of my healing process, but it wasn't intentional for me. I wasn't consciously aware that that is what I was doing. I just knew that, what I was doing here in Miami, like as a staff nurse, I wanted more. I wanted to travel, and I wanted more money. I wanted more money, and I wanted to travel, and I wanted to do nursing. So I left, and that was the first time away from home. So that's when I started learning lessons about myself. Okay, so welcome in, y'all. Thank you guys for being here. What's up, Jesus? What's up? What's up? Okay, so that was in 2019. Okay, so I just wrote something, some different lessons down that I learned from these last 5 years, y'all. And if you guys are just coming in, we're just talking about, right now we're in Mercury retrograde. And a lot of times, like, old things come back up for us to process and things like that. And so I've just been thinking about these last 5 years. I feel like I've been in this cycle. And I feel like finally I've come to the end of that cycle. I've completed that cycle. So I'm just reflecting back on the last 5 years, different lessons that I have learned, okay, throughout these years. So I said, I started to learn myself more, and I had to get comfortable with my own company, being by myself. And that was the first time, that was the first time that I really chose myself, put myself first. That was the first time that I did that. Just putting myself first and making myself a priority. That was the first time. 2019, that was for real, and I just, and let me see. And then also that year was a big lesson that I learned in like relationships and love, because I was in this relationship that I had been in for like 5 years. And the lesson that I learned then is, a lot of times we can love people so much, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are the right person for us. And it doesn't mean that they are a bad person or that you're a bad person. But sometimes, you know, they're good people. We are good people, but maybe we are just not the right person for each other. Okay. And I had to, I had to learn how to still be able to choose myself, even though, you know, I had loved that person, I had love for that person, I still had to learn how to choose myself. That was something that I was actually just really starting to learn, is how to choose myself. Okay. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, okay. And so then we're going to move on to 2020. So in 2020, you know, COVID happened and all that stuff. So 2020, I really started learning just how selfish people were. Working in the healthcare field, I saw sides of people that I never saw before COVID happened. And it just really showed how selfish people are. It really showed just how many people are in the healthcare field that don't actually care about people, that are there just for a paycheck, they're just there for the money. It was like an eye opener for me. And I'm like, and you know, sometimes when we think certain ways, sometimes it's hard for us to imagine or to even fathom that other people would act certain ways or think certain ways, because that's not how we operate. But you know, that was a huge eye opener for me when COVID happened. Like, people were just so selfish and self-centered, and especially in the healthcare field, it was heartbreaking. Honestly, it was heartbreaking. So that was one big lesson that I really learned, like just how just I mean, people just look out for themselves. And you know, it's, of course, you know, we all look out for each other. I mean, for ourselves. Well, we should look out for ourselves, but that just really showed me just how much, like, people don't really give a damn about you, for real, for real. Okay. Um, and I also, I mean, a good lesson, because I mean, shoot, during COVID, you know, everything was shut down. So I was saving more money, y'all. I was saving more money. I was spending less because everything was shut down. So it also helped me to become more resourceful, because then I had to learn how, or, you know, what other things that we can do. Like, okay, if there's nothing open, what else can we do to entertain ourselves? Like, this world is so beautiful and so amazing. Like, we don't have everything that we do. We don't have to spend money in order to have a good time, in order to enjoy ourselves on this earth, right? So it kind of forced me to be more resourceful and start getting more in touch with nature and doing more things outside. And that's when I really started doing more stuff outside, and kind of, you know, getting my little feet wet in the little nature, you know, the little nature shit or whatever. um, excuse me. So yeah, so a greater appreciation for nature was definitely gained in 2020 because of the COVID shutdown. Um, and also in 2020, I started learning really just how powerful my prayers were. And, you know, I've always felt a connection with God, but for a long time, I underestimated the power of prayer. I underestimated the connection that I have with God. And in 2020, um, he was just showing me, like, I would pray for something or pray for an answer, and it was like literally like, I'm like, yo, what? Like, damn, he just answered that shit real quick. Like, what? Hold on, wait a minute. And even at that time, y'all, I still really hadn't grasped just how powerful it was. Like, okay, it's like, yeah, those things was happening, but I still hadn't truly grasped just how powerful that was, and just how, like, tapped in I could have been. But at that time, I didn't delve deep into my spirituality. I didn't delve deep into my relationship with God or prayer. You know, I would pray, but as I mentioned before, like, I was not praying consistently. I would go to God when things were, you know, were chaos, when I needed an answer. I wasn't always going to God to thank him for the blessings, to thank him for everything. And you know, I would do it here and there, but I wasn't consistent with it. I was not doing it consistently. And just the how quick he was answering me, you would have thought that would have just shown me like, look, girl, you need to take this shit serious, okay? Because like literally praying for things and the answers coming right to me, like magic, like magic. And so that's when I started seeing just how powerful prayer really is. Just how powerful our thoughts are, our words, the things that we say, the things that we think, the things that we do. I started seeing that, but I still wasn't taking it seriously like I should have been. Okay. I still wasn't taking it seriously just yet. And I was still kind of skeptical, still not trusting in myself, not trusting in my intuition and my discernment. Still wasn't fully trusting in those things. Okay. I wasn't fully tapped in yet. It was just, the Lord was getting my feet wet a little bit. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tapping that screen and liking my live. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Um, so yeah, yeah, so that's the main thing in 2020. I was learning, and also just you know, it also made you appreciate the people that were in my life that actually loved me. It made you appreciate those people that much more, because a lot of people were dying. A lot of people were not even taking COVID seriously, or thinking that it was a joke, thinking that it was a hoax. Like, they weren't taking it seriously, but people were dying. Like, I was witnessing people dying all the time from COVID. And it just really made me appreciate the people in my life more. Okay. So, those are the lessons that I learned in 2020. Right now, we moving right along in 2021, y'all. Just reflecting back on different lessons that I learned. And this is not an all-inclusive list, but these are, some things that I was just thinking about earlier that I really have, learned from these last 5 years, like different things that God has been revealing to me. And it was something else I was going to mention about 2020. But even in 2020, God was also revealing to me just how strong my intuition was, but I was still doubting it. Like, he was showing me, giving me the confirmation, but I was still doubting it, y'all. I was still doubting it, still not trusting myself, and still not fully trusting in what God was showing me, right? 2021, 2021, God started teaching me to be more patient. He put me in a position where I had no choice but to learn to be more patient, because the position I was in, I was over other people. And you can't be in a leadership position and have a quick temper and be ready to snap on somebody or have an attitude with somebody just because you feel offended. Baby, this is business. This is work. You got to put your emotions to the side. You got to learn how to talk to people, how to be less reactive. And I have been praying to God to help me be more patient. And so in 2021 is when he started working on my patience. And I mean, I'm still a work in progress, y'all. Okay. I'm still a work in progress, but he started helping me work on my patience by putting me in a position where I had no choice but to be more patient. Also having to learn how to communicate more effectively and communicate more clearly without being so reactive all the time. And of course, I'm not a perfect human. It's still, like I said, I'm a work in progress. Okay. But he began teaching me how to be more patient, how to try to stop a moment before I automatically react to things. Okay. It was slowly but surely he was teaching me. Cool, K. You say I'm wife material. I know. Thank you. Thank you. Um, okay. So I said that learning how to communicate better with others, that's including with my partner and with like friends and stuff like that, because um communication has not been something that has always come very easily to me. I had to learn that. I had to practice it, and it's something that I'm still practicing. It's not no overnight shit, y'all. This shit is, it's a journey. It takes work, and you have to practice it. And there's nothing wrong with it. We're not perfect. We are going to make mistakes. You're gonna get angry. You're gonna get upset. You're gonna respond to things the wrong way, but it's okay. You just keep practicing it. Keep practicing it. And like I was saying, I have not always been the best with communication. Like, it used to be so hard for me to just express myself, to say to somebody, I don't like that. It's like to say to somebody, like, and mostly it was like people that actually, it was easier for me to express myself to people that I really didn't know personally, but it was harder for me to express myself to people that I actually loved and cared about. And sometimes I didn't know how to express myself, and I didn't know how to create boundaries with the people that I love. Like, so these are things that I've had to learn, and God has started slowly teaching me these things, even though at that time it may not have been my specific intention, but God was slowly teaching me these things. And then, just now reflecting back on the things that I was going through, it was like, yo, God been teaching these lessons. God been healing you, helping you heal on this journey before you even consciously made a decision to heal yourself and to really be intentional about your healing. God been healing me, y'all. God been guiding my steps before I even asked God to guide my steps. He been guiding my steps. He been illuminating the path for me way before I even made the conscious decision to be like, I'm going to make a change. God has been changing me, been changing my mindset, been leading me to make different choices, different decisions for myself, and allowing me to experience different things so that I can learn these lessons to get to where I am right now, to have completed or completing, ending these cycles, this cycle that I've been in. Okay. All right. So another thing in 2021, is I just started reflecting more. Like I was saying, I started reflecting more on my actions, reflecting on like even the relationship that I was in, just reflecting on like what is it that I truly want in my life? What type of partner do I truly want? What type of partner do I want to be? Am I the type of partner that I desire? Like, am I the type of partner that I desire? And no, I was not completely the type of partner that I desired. I had work to do, and I decided to do it. And I started working on myself. So 2021 is when I really started. It was just something in my soul, in the pit of my soul, y'all. It was like, I got to make a change because I feel trapped in my body. I don't like the way I feel. I I don't like the way that the relationship that I was in. I don't like the way that it's making me feel, and something has to change. Something has to change. And that's when I really started, the wheels started turning, but I still hadn't labeled it as, okay, I'm about to go on my self-healing journey. I hadn't labeled it, y'all. Like, these are just things that's coming back in my mind now that I'm reflecting, and it's like, yo, God, all this time, like, God been showing me, God been leading me. He was leading me to heal myself. He's been leading me before I even asked for it, before I even realized that I needed it. He been leading me to it, but he was waiting. It's like little things here and there waiting for me to wake up to see, like, oh Lord, okay, oh, this what you want me to do? Okay, okay. So that's why he was waiting for me to wake up a little bit, okay? Because I be a little bit slow sometimes. Sometimes be a little bit slow sometimes. Okay, so I decided that I wanted to change, and so I started to change. I started to do more reflection. 2022 comes around, and I was becoming more self-aware, and I decided to make a serious commitment to myself for the very first time in my life, to seriously commit to myself, to myself. I had been committed to other people and relationships, but I had never committed to myself for real, for real. That's some crazy shit right there. Right? That's crazy. How I'm committing to other people and I can't commit to myself. Y'all, is that not crazy? That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. So I made the commitment to myself that I wanted to change. I wanted to, I wanted a new mindset. I wanted a new me. I wanted to be myself I wanted a new Shelby. So, and at that time, well, like throughout my life, I've struggled with, I'm sorry, y'all, you said, if not deep, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. Man, well, it felt a little crazy with me thinking about it, but so, throughout my life, I had struggled like with low self-esteem, body image issues. Like I struggled with my weight and all these things. And actually in 2021, I had reached my heaviest weight that I had ever been. And I just did not, I just felt miserable. I felt like a prisoner in my body. I was not happy with myself. Like internally, I was not happy. Like, I had the money, I had a relationship, I had all the things, but internally I was not fulfilled. Okay. So in 2022, I decided, you know what? I don't want to feel trapped in my body no more. I'm tired of feeling like this. I'm tired of feeling sad or depressed or feeling embarrassed or feeling ashamed, about myself or how I look and stuff like that. 2022, February 2022, I decided to have a gastric sleeve. Okay, it's a weight loss surgery. Best decision I've ever made. Well, one of the best decisions I've ever made for myself. It was an investment in myself, for my health, for my well-being. And during that time, I was also probably a few months after that, also going through a horrible breakup, shitty breakup. Okay. And God was showing me, like the things that I had been settling with. Like he had been showing me, okay, like you got to start loving on yourself more, and you cannot continue to accept things that do not elevate you, that do not add value to your life. He was slowly, starting to show me. And at this time, y'all, I'm still not thinking of it as I'm on a healing journey. Still not thinking about it in that aspect. Just thinking I'm, trying to better myself. I was complaining about something, and I say, you know what? Instead of keep on complaining about it, I can change it. So I'm going to change it. And then that's what I did. And then slowly, things started being revealed to me. Then I went through that horrible breakup. And after that breakup, y'all, I can't lie, I was devastated. Like I was questioning things. I was questioning my value, questioning my worth. And yeah, it was a rough time. It was a very rough time. And I could not have gotten through that without God and my mom. My mom was my rock, is my rock. She was always there for me whenever I needed to talk about something or if I needed to be comforted, like my mama. And my mama and God, because a lot of times I did not even speak to other people about how I was feeling and what I was going through, because like I've told y'all before, I'm a very private, open person. Open, private person. However you want to say it. Like I'm very open about things, but I'm very private about particular things. And yeah, my mom was one that I felt like I could talk to her about it and not worry about it going nowhere. Her and God. That's all I needed, baby. And so yeah, I went through that, and then I was kind of in this phase after that breakup, kind of in this phase where it's like, you know what, forget all this shit. Like I just wanna have a good time. I don't want to think about love. Like every time I think about love, and I end up getting screwed over or whatever. But that was a victim mentality. It was a victim mentality because instead of thinking of things happening for me, I was playing the victim role. Like, why does this keep happening to me? No, why do I keep allowing this shit to happen? Why do I keep allowing myself to go through these damn cycles? Why? Why? What was in me that kept allowing this bullshit? What was within me? Okay, I changed my mindset from being a victim to like, okay, what's the reason why I'm keep going through this? Something got to give. Okay, and so what was this? That's 2022. We still on 2022. So probably by the end of 2022 is, well, towards the end of 2022 is when I started, I was like, you know what, God, like I'm tired of meaningless connections. I don't want meaningless sex. I don't want to have like just people who just want to experience me but not actually get to know me. Like, I want just people with genuine intentions. And so I started praying differently. I started praying differently. I started at this time I hadn't started meditating or anything like that. I hadn't started any real spiritual practices. I think I may have started like watching some tarot videos or something like that, but I hadn't gotten into any like real spiritual practices and stuff like that. So that was 2022. Then 2023, I feel like is when God really revealed himself to me, and he really shook my ass like, girl, wake up. I am real and you need to get your shit together. That's what it felt like. 2023, I had like several spiritual awakenings, several spiritual awakenings, things. It was like signs and synchronicities that I just could not deny. It was like in my face. Like there was no denying just how real God has been in my life. And I also started, reflecting on the past years and all these things. And I'm like, yo, just thinking about how real God has been in my life, how many times God has saved me, how many times he has tried to show me things, giving me answers after I prayed for it, and I still did not trust what he was showing me. I still did not trust myself. I was still questioning things, did not trust my intuition, did not practice discernment. I was not, you know, vetting people the way that I should have been vetting people, and just so many different things, y'all. So many different things. God just started revealing himself to me, revealing myself to me, revealing the God within me, revealing the God within me. And yo, I ain't been the same since, y'all. I have not been the same since. And it's not in a bad way. It's in an amazing way. In an amazing way. And let me just look here what I wrote down. Yeah, but I learned how real God is, and I've had several spiritual awakenings. And then also God started removing people from my life. He started revealing truths to me and removing people from my life that no longer serve me, removing people and things from my life that no longer serve me. He started refocusing my attention on him. He started refocusing my mind on me, and I like showing me that I needed to pour more into myself and to make my mental a priority. Because I mean, shoot, bottom line is I hadn't made my mental a priority prior to then. Like, like I said, slowly, I was making changes and stuff, but I had not, consciously made the decision I'm going to go on this healing journey. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And, in 2023, that's when I started developing my spiritual practices and starting, meditating. And I think it was in 2023 when I finally started meditating, starting, trying to get into yoga and, get some physical activity going, some exercising, and all these things. And, just pouring into myself and really sitting with myself, sitting with, like that horrible breakup that I told y'all I went through in 2022. I was just sitting with all my feelings. I was not avoiding my emotions. I was sitting with that shit, because that's the only way you can heal through. You have to heal through the pain. You cannot just suppress it and pretend that it's not there, because it's going to keep coming back up if you don't deal with it. And I had to sit with myself. I had to learn myself. Ask myself, why do I keep repeating these cycles? What is God trying to get me to see? Why do I keep allowing people to play in my face? Why was I allowing that shit? I had to sit with myself and take myself out of that victim mentality. Things are happening for me, not to me. I had to change my mindset. Okay? And another thing I learned is, like I said before, a few years prior in 2020, when God revealed to me just how powerful my prayers were, but I still wasn't taking it serious. And then again in 2023, I would pray for things and then the shit would happen. And I was like, yo, this shit is happening again. Like, but this time I'm more mindful about what I'm praying for. This time I'm more mindful of just how powerful prayer is, how powerful the things that we say out of our mouths is. And God was just revealing so much to me that I just could not deny it. It was undeniably God. Like God, my spirit team, the universe, the divine, whatever you want to refer to. Okay. Like I was like, yo, this shit is like, I've been playing around a lot, and God been saving me from myself, saving me from a lot of shit for a very long time. And all this time I've been playing about him. What the fuck? I've been playing about him and he been having my back when I didn't even know he had it. When my spirit team, like, they've been having my back and I've been playing about them. I haven't been serious about it. I've been second guessing myself, not believing what God is showing me, not trusting what he is showing me, not trusting where he is guiding me. Are you kidding me? All this time he been guiding me without me even realizing it. And I've been playing. I was playing, y'all, for a long time. And I think a part of me was feeling like, well, if I follow this path of listening to God, there's a lot of things that I have to stop doing. There's a lot of things that I can't do anymore. But it was actually what I realized with my own experience is God will show you when he no longer wants you doing a thing, going a place, talking to this person in these different connections, he will reveal it to us. And I slowly started paying more attention to the signs that he had been giving me in different ways. Like I used to, man, when I tell y'all, I used to be like looking up different shit, trying to figure out, okay, like what does this mean? But when you keep seeing the same thing, when it's repetitive, and you realize, oh shit, like these are signs. Like it would be things that I'm going through. Maybe I was having a bad day and stressed out about something, and then I'll see multiple signs. Maybe a lot of times God speaks to me through numbers. So I'll see like the same number multiple times in different areas. I'll see it on the license plate. I'll see it in the phone number. I'll see it on the clock. And I look up the number, the angel number, and it's literally the answer to what the hell I've been stressing about, or an encouraging message to what I've been stressing about. But it's some type of message. But we got to tap in, y'all. We got to tune in. You said we got 5K? Man, we got something. We got something, man. You got to tap in because the signs are all around. The signs are all around. And so that's when I really start realizing just how specific, how specific we have to be in our prayers. Because, sometimes we might pray for something and God send it to us and you be like, oh, no, that's not really what I meant, though. That's not really what I meant. So you got to be specific. You got to be careful what you ask for. If you asking for a relationship, you can't just ask for any type of relationship. Make sure you are specific with what you want and what you desire. Because God be listening. I mean, the devil be listening too. So you also have to pray for discernment and to use your intuition. Okay? Because there were some prayers that I prayed and it was sent to me. It was sent to me. But you know what? And I won't even say, oh, it was sent by the devil. I won't say that because it was sent to me and I thought that it was what I wanted at that time. But through those situations, God was also showing me how I need to be more discerning because it was like a copycat of what I actually wanted, of what I actually was desiring. But I still had more lessons that I needed to learn before the real thing was introduced into my life. Because they say, like, isn't it a saying like, a blessing too soon can be a curse? And, sometimes things are presented to us before we're ready and we can easily sabotage it or, something like that. And, of course they say you won't miss anything that's meant for you. Yes, this is true. But we also, when we pray for things, we also want to pray to God to prepare us for that blessing so that we don't sabotage it. Because yes, it's for you, but you can also sabotage that thing if you are not aware that it's the blessing being sent to you. You can sabotage it because everybody has free will and you may not get another chance. And that's just something that you gotta deal with. Okay. So I talked about, learning to pour into my mental more and making it a priority. Okay. And then also, God was also, because patience is something that I've been working on these last couple of years, but even more so in 2023, God was really showing me patience because I was asking God, because yes, I do want a long-term commitment, long-term relationship. So I was asking God to prepare me for that. And God was preparing me for, the relationship that I truly deserve and desire. He was preparing me for that in the wrong relationship. It was the wrong relationship, but it was the right relationship for the lessons that I needed to learn. So he was teaching me how to be more patient with my partner, teaching me how to communicate properly with my partner and to be less reactive, to have better conflict resolution strategies. Okay. And just different things, y'all. And when we sometimes, when we go through shitty situations, and we like to say, like, oh, that was fucked up. I wish that shit never happened to me. I wish I never met this person. Blah, blah, blah. That shit was necessary. It was necessary. Find a lesson in it, baby. Find a lesson. Don't take L's. We don't take L's around here. It's only lessons, baby. Lessons and blessings, okay? We don't take L's. All right? Find a lesson in that situation because I guarantee you there's a lesson. And I'm not saying to avoid your heartbreak, to avoid the feeling that if you're frustrated, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're depressed about that, feel all those things. Allow yourself to feel all that shit because that's the only way you're going to get through it. But just don't allow yourself to stay there and figure out, all right, God, what are you trying to teach me in this fucked up situation? You can say it just like that. What you trying to teach me in this fucked up situation? Baby, what? Because this shit is hard. You told me you're not going to give me more than I can bear. But bitch, I feel like I'm about to die right now. What are you trying to teach me in this moment? from this situation. What you trying to teach me? Because, baby, okay, because that's how I be talking to God, y'all. I be talking to God like we homies. Okay, I don't hold back. If I want to cuss, I'm a cuss because he already know in my heart that I want to cuss, right? God know my heart, so why I'm going to not cuss? Yeah, we cussing when we talking, when we praying. Okay, and major lesson that I learned in 2023 is how to ask for help. Yo, God put me in a position where I had no choice but to ask for help because I've always been the type of person that's trying to do shit on my own, want to get things done on my own. And, God had to show me like it is okay to lean on somebody sometimes. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to need help from somebody. You do not have to do everything on your own all the time. And that's actually a lesson that I'm still learning. Even though, I know I've gotten a lot better. And so when you say every season has a reason, that's true. Every season has a reason. But I know that I have gotten a lot better with asking for help, but it's still, it's still something that I'm learning. It's still something that God is working on me with. But that's a major lesson that I had to learn is how to ask for help. How to ask for help. That was hard for me, y'all. That was hard for me because since I was in high school, I didn't even like to ask my parents for money. Like as soon as I was able to work, I'm like, let me start working. I want to make my own money. I don't want to have to ask nobody for nothing. I don't want to have to ask. And also, I guess I didn't want to ask because, growing up, you see the sacrifices that your parents make, and it kind of sometimes make you feel guilty. Like, well, I don't want to ask for help because that means this person is making a sacrifice for me that maybe they really can't do, or whatever, like subconsciously. And I think that's what happened with me subconsciously is like, I just say, let me do this shit on my own. I don't gotta depend on nobody else. I don't want to put nobody else out. I don't want to, make nobody else have to sacrifice anything for me. Like, let me just get it on my own. And God was like, yeah, you've been doing shit on your own enough. And now, yeah, you need to ask for help sometimes. You need to learn to be okay to ask for help. Learn that it does not make you weak to ask for help. Even though I never thought that people asking me for help made them weak. And I didn't think that it would make me weak asking for help. It was just something that was like, I don't want to do that. I want to figure it out on my own. And God was like, yeah, no, girl. Yeah, you're going to need other people to do some shit sometimes. And that's okay. So that was a big lesson I had to learn. And also, God was just revealing to me just how genuine happiness, genuine joy, genuine peace, it must be created from within. Like that's really the lessons that God had been trying to teach me all throughout these years is yes, the tangible things are nice. The external things are nice. But it's nothing compared to the internal peace, internal joy, internal happiness. Just that internal love. Nothing can compare to that. When you cultivate that, baby, you are winning in life. You are winning in life. And I know, he also I had to see that, sometimes when our basic needs are threatened, like how do you maintain a positive mindset when you feel like you're struggling to pay your bills? How do you maintain a positive mindset when you feel like everything that you're trying to do, you're trying to make ends meet and nothing seems to fucking come through? Nothing is working. Like, what the fuck? How do you maintain a positive mindset with that shit? How? And it's like sometimes God will put you in certain situations to humble you so you can realize that the only way is through him. It's trusting in his plan, trusting for him to guide you where you need to go. And I've cried plenty of times. I've cried, I've yelled, I've been frustrated because sometimes when you don't feel secure, it's hard to maintain a positive mindset. It's hard to maintain your faith. It's hard to, even when it feels like you're drowning in life, it's hard to see the lifeguard. It's hard to see through the fucking water. You can't see the surface sometimes. So how do you remain positive? You got to have some type of spiritual practices, some type of practices. If you don't want to consider it spiritual, some type of practices, whether it's journaling, whether it's somebody that you can talk to, writing, just writing and burning the paper, anything. You have to have something to keep your mind grounded, because you have to know how to maintain your internal peace, your internal joy, internal happiness, despite what is going on in your external world. Because the external things, our external reality can change like this. And we have to know how to get back on track and how to get back in alignment, even when shit looks chaotic. Do y'all feel me? Y'all feel what I'm saying? I appreciate the likes, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much, and I appreciate y'all commenting and interacting. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm not trying to see what else I wrote here. And for 2023, I think the last lesson I learned in 2023, and just in general, is that, thank you, Jesus, is that without God, I learned without God, I am nothing. I am nothing. But with him, I am everything. Everything. And that's not on no cocky shit. It's the same with y'all. With God, you are everything. Everything. With God, universe, spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call it, source, the higher power. When you tap within, yo, it's a new world. It's a new world. Yes, true. Facts. Yes. Okay. And so now moving along to 2024, y'all. The lessons that I've learned thus far in 2024, one of my major lessons that I had to learn this year is the power of forgiveness. That is the first thing I have written for this year that I've learned, is how to truly forgive. Man, Jesus, to forgive, right? Like, yo, the last situation I had, once I truly forgave him, it was like a weight lifted off of me. Like when I truly forgave him, it was like a weight lifted off of me, and God was like, finally, now you can move on to the next level. Because forgiveness will have you, well, not forgiving will have you in a false prison that you have put yourself in because you are not forgiving that person. The forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. For you. And that's the only way you're going to be able to cultivate that internal peace and internal joy, internal happiness, that groundedness, you have to forgive the people that have done you wrong, fucked you over, made you feel like you wanted to choke their ass. Yeah, you're going to have to forgive them, baby. You're going to have to forgive them. And it's not for them, it's for you. And it's not to say that everything that they did was acceptable. That's not saying that. It's not saying that it's acceptable. It's not saying that you condone their behavior. It's not saying none of that. It's just saying, you know what? I acknowledge this experience. I acknowledge what this person has done to me, and I choose to forgive them because I choose me, because I choose myself, because I choose my happiness, because I choose my peace, I choose my joy. So I choose forgiveness. Jesus said that's a hard one. Antoine, you say that was mine. What you mean that was mine? Jesus, I still cry. I have children in that pain. I'm sorry, baby. I know it's tough. I know it is tough, and I'm not saying that it's easy to forgive. I know it's so easy to say. I know it's so much easier to say than it is to actually forgive somebody that has caused a lot of damage, that has caused a lot of pain, caused a lot of hurt. But baby, not forgiving them is hurting you, because that person, they going about their life. They living their life. They not even thinking about that shit no more. That's still bothering you. It's still bothering you, but they're not even thinking about it anymore. And I'm not saying that to be mean or like in a nasty or dismissive way or anything. I'm just saying they're going about their life, and it's still causing you turmoil. It's still causing you turmoil. So that's why forgiveness is for yourself. You struggle with forgiveness this year, Twan? I feel that. I feel that. Because I was struggling with it too. I was struggling with the forgiveness. Like, you know, after somebody betrays you and just feels like they stabbed you in your back, stabbed you in your heart. Like somebody that you trusted, like you never trusted anybody else, like you never expected this person to do you the way that they did you. It can be hard to forgive. But you have to ask God, pray to God, pray to whoever, pray whatever you need to do to ask that you be given the strength to forgive this person. Send them love and light so that you can move on. So that you are not harboring that resentment and that anger and that sadness, that grief, that you are not harboring that, because it's going to keep eating you up, eating you alive. It's not her, it's my baby, and she can't hear. Wait, Jesus, what do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. But yeah, I definitely struggled with forgiveness. Even struggling to forgive, people that like, for example, like struggled to forgive my biological father, but I had to forgive him. I had to forgive him even though at that time he didn't acknowledge how do I say, like I wrote him a letter explaining everything, how I felt, or whatever, but I didn't have any expectations of how he would respond, because my intent of the letter was to let him know how I felt, to let him know that the past is the past, it can't change. I didn't write this letter to bash you. I just needed you to know the type of effect that the relationship, or the lack thereof, the type of effect that you've had in my life, or in relationships in my life subconsciously, how they affected me. And, I wanted to start a new leaf, turn over a new leaf. And so I had to find it in my heart to forgive him, even though for years I've felt abandoned by him. I felt like he has not been there for me. He was not a father for me. I had to forgive him for those things and forgive him even for that relationship or the lack thereof affecting me in different aspects of my life. And I hadn't even realized until I did start doing some self-reflecting and trying to figure out why I do certain things, why I move the way I move, react the way I react, and different shit. Or Matthew 6:12 and 6:15. I'm gonna have to look that scripture up because I do not know the Bible from the top of my head, so I definitely gotta look that up. But sorry y'all, telling me to verify, make sure. And then Jesus, my baby 18 now, and the shit hurts me bad. Wait, so are you saying, Jesus, are you saying that you're not able to see your baby? Is that what you're saying? That you haven't been able to see your baby? Oh wow, I'm sorry. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I know that's tough. And I can't even whew, I don't even know what to say to you, love, but I'm sorry that you've had to experience that. I'm sorry. Last time I saw her, she was 10. Wow. Wow. Well, she's 18 now, so maybe you guys can. Is it possible to form a relationship with her now that she's 18? Okay. Um, okay. So yes, y'all, like I said, I'm building. Okay. Okay, well that's good. That's good. I'm praying that y'all relationship gets stronger, okay? That you're able to build a relationship with her because it's not too late. She's still young. So I pray that you're able to build that relationship with her. Okay. Okay. So another thing, guys, for this year, a lesson that I've had to learn is just learning how to pull myself up from a dark place. Like, how I was saying earlier, how sometimes, when your security feels threatened and when things just seem chaotic in your world, and it's like, how do I maintain a positive mindset, or how do I maintain my faith when everything around me seems to be in chaos, and everything, I seem to be trying is not working. It's like I had to learn, how to pull myself up from that place and not allow myself to just dwell in those feelings, to allow myself to feel what I need to feel, give myself time to process those feelings, but learn how to pull myself out of that dark place, to not stay in that lower frequency. That was so I had to, that goes back into my spiritual practices. So I had to, have discipline and learn how to meditate, to tap in, to journal, to take some time like with my thoughts and just pour into myself. I would listen to uplifting music and just express myself in some type of way, whether it's writing, whether sometimes I would turn on the camera and record and talk to myself like I'm talking to a friend. I know that shit sounds a little crazy, but look, it has helped me. I would turn on the camera and I would talk to myself like I'm talking to a friend and just saying everything how I feel, talking and processing my feelings, reflecting on things that I've been through in the past, or reflecting on whatever is making me feel a certain way in the moment. And that helps me. That helps me to get everything out and process it, so I can be like, it's like, okay, I released that, and baby, now it's time to get back on to getting back to the high frequency. It's time to get back on, the get back on. I was gonna say the bandwagon, but that's not the word I want to use. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's time to get back on it, okay? Get back on track. There we go. All right. And then just how to transmute that negative energy or negative emotions, how to transmute that and use it as fuel for creative projects, or fuel to, for different things. Use it in a different way. Turn your pain into purpose. Okay. And also just how to co-create with the divine, how to co-create with God, and, create the type of life that I desire, create the internal world that I need in order for my external world to also begin reflecting that. Okay. And also been learning how to trust my intuition and my discernment. I think, the last situation really solidified that for me, is just learning to trust my intuition and my discernment, because since that situation happened, now like the confirmation that I got and the answers that I got, that I received, it was like, okay, God is like, do you still want to question? You still want to question me? You still want to question yourself? The answers that I'm giving you, the things that I'm showing you? Do you still want to question it? Okay. And that also, that God is just truly guiding me, protecting me, that he loves me, and that he's been answering me. Okay. I think that's just going to be never ending. That's going to be never ending. But those are some things, y'all, over these last few years. It was like I started healing before I even recognized that I was healing, because I didn't even realize that that's where God was leading me. And then now I'm here, and there is so many different things that God has delivered me from and shown to me that, and it's like it came full circle, because in 2019 I left home to do travel and work, whatever. And then this year I'm back home right now. So it's like it came full circle, like this whole little, like a 5-year cycle. And now they're saying Pluto is in Aquarius. Okay, I don't know about it like in depth, but things that they were saying was like, collective awakenings. Like a lot of different people are going through spiritual awakenings just collectively, okay? And then like, old cycles ending and completing, and new cycles beginning. Just everything new. A lot of people like new mindsets, new business ventures, new things. Okay, so it's just like full circle moment for me, y'all, and just grateful, and I'm just grateful, just reflecting back on the last few years. I feel truly blessed. Truly blessed, truly grateful. Okay. So that is what I wanted to talk about tonight, y'all. Just reflecting on these lessons, and I want to just express my gratitude for the lessons that God has taught me and is still teaching me. I'm just grateful for that, y'all. And just the fact that he has been helping me heal, has helped me heal, and helped me create my workbook, y'all. I have an ebook. It's called Healing Through the Nursing Process. Okay, a blueprint for empowerment through self-healing and spirituality. All right. You can get it on the TikTok shop, or you can click the link in my bio. Yes, God is good for real. All the time, man. For real, for real. But yes, check out that workbook, y'all. It's a tool that I created for you guys. It's the way that I helped heal, that God helped me heal myself through the nursing process. What I was using in my nursing career, he helped me apply it to my internal wounds to heal from the inside out. And now I've created a tool to help you guys do the same, for it to serve as a blueprint, as a guide, a tool for you to help heal yourself. Okay, baby? Because that's That's what you need, all right? To build a solid foundation. You got to heal from the inside out, okay? All right, and you guys can also follow me on, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Healing Empress 89, okay? The Healing Empress. I'm on there. And I do post the live replays on there, okay? So make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications there so you don't miss, you don't miss my Wound Care Wednesday. I'm here every Wednesday at 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Every Wednesday for Wound Care Wednesday, y'all. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys have a lovely holiday. Don't be eating too much, y'all. Don't be eating too much, all right? Well, I hope you guys have a lovely day. Happy Thanksgiving. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all being here with me. Thank you, Twan, so much. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the love. And I will see y'all next time. Have a good night.